Alright, so in today's video, I want to open this L-shaped lithium-ion battery on my wooden table sitting on hardwood floor. However, quick disclaimer, it has kind of been ripped open whilst I replaced it very professionally. And the phone would turn off at anywhere below 101% basically, so it had absolutely no ability to keep a steady voltage. This has failed catastrophically. I've had the phone for about like 4 years. It was an iPhone 13 Pro, the regular one, the small one. And I held it on the MagSafe charger in the car, right? And during the winter, it did get slightly warm for like 10-minute trips for like 4 times, and then it failed catastrophically. And I don't think I've seen someone tear one of these open, and I'm kind of curious how they folded the stuff inside to get the L, right? Is it like 2 batteries, or is it a single one, right? And I also do not have latex gloves. I swear to God, I checked. I don't have them. I just have one that's like pretty beaten up. And yeah, but I do have my mom on speed dial, and she will probably call regardless in a few minutes. So yeah, let's just start and see how we proceed. We could actually measure it to see if we have any voltage on it, although the BMS might not be super happy with the status quo. But let's see. What kind of pins do we have here? Reading jack all over here. And this has been out of the phone for about like 3-4 months. Time in which I gathered the courage to actually do this teardown. Yeah, I'm not seeing jack shit. So yeah, do we get a bit of glass maybe? I mean, come on. This really should make everything 50 times safer. So how do we, let's just peel this off. I don't know. And right whilst I was replacing it, I did notice a very interesting smell. Felt very, I don't know. I actually don't remember how to describe it, but it was not bad smelling. And then I noticed that it was ruptured on the one side, so that was probably that. And right, lithium in air should explode, but this doesn't have that much lithium since it's just a few ions moving back and forth, right? So technically, opening a primary lithium battery, from what I understood, is way more dangerous. So one of those non-rechargeable ones. Wow. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't really want to touch it too much because the internet scared me, but I don't know. Let's just go like this. Okay, so do we have... Yeah, it does still have a bit of that aroma, but yeah, I did intentionally leave it on my espresso machine for all this time, right? So it could get toasty hot and lose its flavor. Quite puffy. Yeah, let's see if my fingers fall off. We'll check this later, but I'm not super immediately interested in the BMS. So let's just disconnect it. Especially since Apple has been weaponizing these and storing tiny little serial. I don't think they do like a key exchange, like signing magic, but you do change this in a phone, and it's not Apple that does it, and it keeps saying that, oh yeah, you have a non-genuine part, like beware. But after the lawsuits, they have backed down. Right now, it's just, if you go into battery health, it just says, yeah, we can't identify the battery, and then they let you be, right? Some even, I think it does to show health. But yeah, this is nice. Let's Let's punch in here. So that's how they've done it. Assuming they're quite panicked on the crease. But yeah, I wonder who does this. What kind of manufacturer is this crazy? So, seem to be having a little outer sheath. Now, if I get this under my nails, I'm gonna be real upset. And again, I low key 5%. I am expecting this to burst into flames any moment. But again, right, I've lived with it for like 2 weeks, and if I didn't have a power bank connected to the phone, absolutely nothing would work. All right, so it would turn off immediately upon losing power. And luckily I have one of those Xiaomi power banks that has a little special mode that keeps the output on for longer. I think I have a video on it, link at the top, and I think more generations of that power bank do actually have that feature, which was a real godsend, I must say. Yeah. Little Apple Scotch tape over there. Some kind of a Kapton deal at the top. But still, so how have they folded it? I'm still not convinced I understand. All right. It's a bit more of that aroma now coming through. And this is why I don't cut my nails. Okay, good. Now what? Okay, so that's the negative. And this is the positive. Okay. Yeah, let's continue. And again, doing this with a healthy cell or an even out of shape cell should be quite dangerous. I mean, I am clearly shorting stuff out here. But yeah, before I continue, let's actually remove the shorts I may have caused. Let's see if we get any voltage on this, because now we can actually get a proper measurement of what the chemistry inside of here is doing. So, assuming aluminum is negative and copper is positive. No, I'm assuming wrongly. So you get about 0.8 volts, right? So, I mean, it's definitely a battery. I'm doing super fine. But yeah. So at 0.8, I am quite certain we're not going to have enough juice to sustain and start a thermal runaway. Which is why I am quasi-cautiously proceeding. As you can see, we have a few layers over here. Yeah, about 15, like more than the iPhone was. That's for sure. And so they have probably the same deal going on at the other end. 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so maybe 15. So 15 stacks. So if these are sandwiched like this, maybe they don't roll them up. Maybe they just lay them flat. Let's see. Oh, this is looking very good. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, getting some strong electrolyte smells, which I'm really not enjoying. I'm gonna vent the room a bit. Be right back. So in order to meet the stringent European safety standards, I will be adding a 12-volt fan, which I'm powering off of USB to aid in my exposure. So yeah, this is very professional, I know, and somehow good enough for the girls I go out with. So what do we have here? The copper. I really don't know which one is which, but what I do know is this doesn't look good. This even looks moldy. So I think Big Clive has a video explaining this in more detail. But these are basically more or less dendrites growing out of one of the two electrodes onto the other one and basically shorting the cell out. So yeah, let me actually check which one is which. Alright, so aluminum is the cathode and it is positive, whilst copper is negative and the anode. Right, and I'll link a very nice 1-hour video explaining exactly how these fail by very nice professor, scientist, whatever he is, but he was, I think he was part of the team that really got lithium ion off the ground. And he does explain exactly how and why these fail, and he does have basically microscopic computer tomography scans of these cells showing how the defects form. So yeah. Okay. So we seem to still be having this serious buildup on the, what is this, right? So this was aluminum, right? So the positive is fine. The negative seems to be, oh, and even with the fan, man, this really does smell. So we got a second layer of copper with this growth. And it is looking pretty bad. And I do actually have another one that hasn't yet failed that badly. So I replaced it with an iFixit battery as I replaced this one as well. And by the way, iFixit batteries, very nice. I did not expect them to be that good. And that one hasn't failed catastrophically. And so we might actually do a teardown of that one, but that one I do have to discharge very aggressively before I get the balls to actually perform this move on it. So another positive, perhaps less damaged. Another positive. Oh yeah. No, I mean, at least the damage is uniform. Come on. Okay, now the rest of this video is not going to be massively entertaining, but I do want to unfold all of it, maybe see if anything weird happens. What I can say is these are stuck on a bit better. So this seems to be more damage on the outer ones. And if anyone knows exactly what is happening or has another resource on the matter, do leave it down in the comments. I'm quite intrigued by lithium-ion batteries in general, and light bulbs for that matter. And what I will say is I am in a slight hurry to wash my hands, because by now there's like 5 different types of shit accruing on it. Will say I am feeling no pain, aside from the electrolyte smelling super weird. Nothing super serious. Hope I won't die because of this little experiment, but I have seen a lot of guys doing this online, so how bad can it really be? Right. Yeah, I wonder if these coming off differently is also an indicator of something. I guess it could be, again, if anyone knows more about this stuff, definitely let me know, because I do find it very interesting. And I'm quite happy to see that we as a species are actually advancing lithium-ion batteries. I've seen them go up to 4.7 volts now, or was it more? Like, yeah, they have definitely improved the chemistry. Wonder what the ions are thinking now. Alright, so that's it. I'm done. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. Let's check the BMS. And as far as I remember, they have a little innovation going since I last checked. And that is, there's a single chip running along the entire length of the BMS board, which we should be able to see. Yeah, so maybe Electron Update can de-encapsulate one of these, because they too have come a long way. Right, so there's an entire chip running along the entire length. Try not to break it. So yeah, that's kind of how this looks. Let's see, all we have is a little cute QR. And that's it. So that's how these have evolved. Not too bad at all. All right. That's it for me. I'm gonna wash my hands. Have a good one.